Good afternoon. I'm Undersheriff Mark Canty, and I just want to thank you guys for being here today. I know there have been a lot of questions, and we're going to do our best to lay out the events of last night involving the shooting. But I just want to caution you that this is very early in the investigation, so some of this may change. I want to start out by saying that our suspect in the shootings last night has been arrested. He's a 19-year-old Jailen Rasheed Houston. He's from Dallas, Georgia. Houston has been arrested for one count of attempted murder with a firearm, but we think other charges may follow. I want to also point out that this entire episode, from when the first shots were fired and until when deputies encountered Houston on I-4 and near the Osceola line, took place within about 20 minutes. So it was very, very fast. Here are the details as we know them right now. On December 14th, 2022, at approximately 10:40 p.m., Houston walked into the lobby of the Westgate Resort on Turkey Lake Road and opened fire, striking a female who was approximately in her 20s, and then he fled in the vehicle. Houston then went to the Marriott Cypress Harbor Villas on Harper Villas Roadway and shot a security guard. That's a woman also in her 20s. We received that 911 call at approximately 10:51 or 10:50 hours. At the same time, we received another 911 call about the security guard shot at the Marriott Villas. We received another 911 call of shots being fired at the Marriott Residence Inn at 11,000 Westwood Boulevard. No one was injured at that incident. We also received shots fired called at Integra Cove Apartments on Integra Boulevard. A black male suspect, our suspect, pointed a rifle at some individuals and also shot that rifle, striking several apartments. There were no calls for service. There were also calls from the intersection of Central Florida Parkway and Westwood Boulevard, where that's where Houston shot at two vehicles that were occupied and also a Mears van. No one was injured, but some of the people inside those vehicles sustained injury from broken glass. Now, just a little bit about the chronology. We can't be certain of the exact chronology as of yet, because like I said, we're very early in the investigation, but we know these events happen very, very quickly. And he had enough time to do these events and then drive at very high speeds, about 10 miles toward the Osceola County line. Once he was near the Osceola County line on I-4, he crashed, where one of our deputies rolled up on the crash, saw him sitting outside his vehicle, was able to confront him, saw a firearm in his vehicle, and was able to detain him in custody. During the interview with Houston, he was asked how he felt about the shootings, and he said he felt good. Said it relieved some of the frustration that he felt. When asked if he would have conducted similar shootings in the future, he said he would. So this is a person that we really needed to get off the streets, and thankfully today he is in jail and going to be awaiting one charge of attempted murder, attempted first-degree murder, but also additional charges being filed. Do we have any other questions at this time?
We got some reports that he was walking around with a gun on the other side of town way before this happened. Did you get any calls like that?
We have not heard anything as of yet about that. So, like I said, this is very early in the investigation, so our detectives are going to look at all the information that's out there and try to see if he's connected to anything else. Absolutely.
Any idea how many shots he fired?
Don't know that yet, but it could have been a lot worse. We're thankful that it's not, and thankfully people called 911 very quickly to get our deputies on the scene and get our deputies en route.
How badly injured were these two women that were shot?
I don't have their status right now, but our deputies when they did respond, they did render aid and make sure they got medical attention very quickly and get them off to the hospital so they can get treated.
Any history on this guy?
As of right now, we don't know of any history. He's not from Florida. Like I said, he's from Georgia. He's only been here in Orlando, we think, probably about 2 days. So, but no Florida history.
Was he legally allowed to have a gun? Did he have a gun license or anything?
We don't know if he has a gun license. Like I said, he's from Georgia. Some of their laws are a little bit different than the laws in Florida. He's 19 years old. In Georgia, it's legal for a 19-year-old to possess a rifle or a shotgun.
And he brought that gun with him as opposed to...
Yes, he brought the gun with him.
But the ammo he got
The ammo, we were told he went to a store and purchased the ammo.
Undersheriff, are you able to make a comment about public safety? I mean, this is a resort area. We know there were some young kids and one of the cars that was shot at. You know, it's just like, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse. I think the thing to kind of focus on is our system worked. People saw something that happened. They called 911 immediately. Our deputies responded, and we took the suspect into custody. So that's how it should happen. And I think if people see things, and we say this time after time, if you see something that doesn't look right, if you see a person walking around with a rifle, call us, and we'll respond, and we'll determine if there's a law being broken or not. But I think our community is safe. I think everybody should pay attention to their surroundings, be alert when they see things that don't make sense or don't look right. Call the sheriff's office or call another law enforcement agency.
It's kind of unclear in the report. I read it to me that the deputy just kind of drove up on a guy that was in an accident on the side of the road. Did they know that this is who they were looking for when they approached his vehicle?
Nope. I think the deputy was driving. He saw a car crash on I-4, obviously stopped to render aid and check it out, and noticed a guy sitting on the guardrail, noticed a gun in the car, and that's not normal. So the guy made some spontaneous statements about what had happened, and the deputy took the right action and took him into custody.
So he hit another car.
I don't know if he hit another car. I'm not sure if he just crashed into a guardrail or another car. I'm not sure of that yet.
It looked like he was in a hospital gown, and his mugshot, was he taken to the hospital for any injuries, or were being crazy, or?
I don't know if he's taken to the hospital for injuries. I'm sure that's kind of standard procedure. If he was in a severe car crash, he would be taken for medical clearance, but I'm not sure what his status is either.
Other than saying he felt like he was scammed at the first hotel, did he say why he decided to shoot at the apartment or anything else?
Nope. Like I said, we're very early on in the investigation, and so he hasn't made any further statements. He did say he felt frustrated that he had been scammed at that hotel, and that's why he did it. But he has said nothing else about why he did any of the other shootings.
That first charge, is that connected to the first one in the hotel lobby or the security?
The first one in the hotel lobby. But like I said, this is very early on. Our detectives are gonna sit back and they're gonna dissect this entire case, all the events, and they're gonna come up with the appropriate charges. We wanted to get some serious charges on him, so he can't bond out, so he can't get out of jail. But we're gonna have more charges to follow.
If the deputy had not happened on that car crash, would it have caught him quickly?
I don't know. Like, we had a good description of him. We had a description of his car that would have gone out to all other local agencies. But I think we would have found him, just a matter of how much time. Like I said, this is very quick. I mean, this all this all took place within about 20 minutes. That's a pretty good outcome that, from the start of an incident to the time somebody's in custody, 20 minutes, it sounds like a long time, but it's really not. So,
These are high traffic areas where who's opening fire.
right. So we're glad we got him off the street. So,
Was it an AR-15?
yes,
And it was just sitting in the driver passenger seat?
yes. I'm not sure where it's purchased. He's from Georgia, and in Florida, he can't purchase a rifle legally. So that's right. That's good. Correct.
And any idea what he'd been up to the two prior days since he's been in town?
No, but I think like that'd be some of the investigation. I think he said that he was here to attend college. So we don't know. We don't know if he was going to attend one of the schools or not. So I think that's some of the things that our detectives are going to do. Now they're going to go back and trace his timeline to see where he was, to see what he did in his time before he got here.
And your reaction just reading through this report?
I mean, it's kind of shocking, and it is a little scary. But I think the good thing to know is that you have an excellent law enforcement agencies here that they're going to be out there and they're going to find people who commit these crimes. Our job is to keep this community safe, and we're going to do everything in our power to keep this community safe.
Are you able to tell us a little bit more about what you guys saw at those apartments and also in the intersection? You said some glass was broken.
The glass from the vehicle, I don't have a lot of details about what the scenes look like, but in the one at Central Florida Parkway in Westwood, he shot at vehicles, so there's just glass from the vehicles that are in the scene. So
Was it family in that vehicle?
there were several people. I don't know if it was a family. There were several people in each vehicle, and there was also people in a van. So, like I said, none of them were shot. They all have minor injury. The ones that have injuries are minor injuries from the broken glass.
Everybody good?
Undersheriff, if I may, can we just ask about the rape suspect that was also arrested here in Orange County? Are you able to tell us more person who spotted him this morning?
I don't have more about the person who spotted him, but I think, like I said, our system works. So someone saw him, they recognized him, and they called us. And I think they saw him about 7 o'clock this morning. At about 7:15, he was in custody. So we got the call. Our deputies responded. We set up a perimeter, and we were able to arrest him and put him back in jail.
Did he say anything?
I'm not privy. I haven't heard what he said yet. So like I said, he's been interviewed, and the detectives are gonna write up the report, and that's all gonna be in their case notes.
And that person who just randomly spotted him?
I'm not sure who that person is, but like I said, they saw him. They saw all the bulletins that were out there, all the news coverage. They saw him, they recognized him, and they called us. And I think that's what's really important is our residents here. They listen and they help us when they see something that doesn't look right, or they see somebody that we're looking for. They call us and they help us out, and we're able to catch them and put them in jail. I don't have any update on that. So I do know our detectives are investigating that. So and I know we had the second one this morning. So they're still investigating that to try to determine who is responsible for that. All right.
Very good. Thank you,
All
Undersheriff.
right.